Mr. Speaker, my amendment to the Improve Acquisition Act of 2010 will help cut wasteful spending and ensure that taxpayer funds used for our national defense are spent responsibly and efficiently. The agencies charged with our defense have a responsibility to ensure that taxpayers get the highest return on their investments while providing for the safety of our soldiers and of our nation. My amendment gives the Department of Defense a way to save 15% or more on its existing contracts for non-developmental items by allowing contract officers to opt for more efficient proposals as long as doing so does not breach existing contracts. This legislation furthers our commitment to fiscal responsibility in defense spending by putting performance metrics where they are needed most, on the service and other contracts that make up the majority of our defense budget. I urge my colleagues to support my amendment and to support the underlying bill. And I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from New Jersey.
Mr. Chairman, I rise to claim time in opposition to the amendment, although I do not oppose it.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I rise in strong support of this amendment, which is almost as striking in its common sense as it is striking that there's any legal issue as to whether it can and should be done. There is such a legal issue, unfortunately, and the gentlelady's amendment clears that legal issue up. Here is the situation her amendment contemplates. The Defense Department lets a contract to a vendor. The vendor is performing the contract. Because of a new efficiency or a drop in the price of a material, let's say that the price of food or gasoline that the vendor's using drops dramatically, the vendor offers to continue the contract at a lower price. There are rules which today would preclude the Defense Department from taking advantage of that offer. What Ms. Dahlkemper's amendment says is that so long as the quality is preserved and so long as there at least is a 15% savings at a minimum and all other rules are complied with, that the Defense Department can take advantage of that offer. Any business in this country would jump at that opportunity. And the gentlelady has offered an amendment which makes an awful lot of sense, which will let our Department of Defense operate on those sound business principles. Again, her amendment does not provide for any deviation from the rules of conflict of interest or legal procedure, but it says if there is an opportunity to achieve at least a 15% reduction and all other things are appropriate, then we should achieve that reduction. This makes eminent common sense. We thank her for offering the amendment. I would urge a yes vote and reserve the balance of time in opposition.
Gentleman reserves. Does the gentleman wish to yield back? The gentlelady has yielded back.
We yield back the balance of our time.
The gentleman yields back. The